So today we are going to be watching back my tournament match versus Durdrak that happened not too long ago. If you're watching this on Dragon Blitz Daily, I am going to post this out of order so that way you guys can get updated on the tournament matches sooner than having to wait. So this might look a little weird if you're watching this today, because the next videos are going to be from like the past or whatever. Long story short, if you don't want spoilers for how this race ended,
why can't you make a randomizer?
I can't.
That puts
I'm going to be spoiling the
Prime in
race.
game and gives him a giant set of knockers.
Thank you very much, Solo, for the sub. So what's going to happen here is we're going to watch this. I'm going to commentate a few things. I'm going to explain how I felt in the moment, as well as like what's going on. I'm going to spoil a few things, and we're just going to have to rip this Band-Aid off together. It's okay. It's fine. I want to be honest. I'm going to complain about getting bad luck, but I will also point out a few things I could have done better. I don't think they mattered in the grand scheme of things from what I heard about the race. So it's very possible that even if I technically performed slightly better, it didn't matter because the outsized advantage of Durdrak's luck wouldn't have helped me. So, but we'll see. Let's just hop into it. Yeah, spoilers, Durdrak beat me. So far, I do want to talk about why I chose Lycanthrope as the starting preset. I have a kitty in my lap. Everyone say hi to Arturo. Needed to make sure he didn't get tangled up in any cords. The reason I chose Lycanthrope was because I wanted to avoid the low complexity seeds, because I actually felt I had an advantage over Durdrak in movement and in like just general randomizer gameplay. Not like a huge advantage, but at least enough of an advantage that I felt that playing a more consistent preset with a higher complexity, minimum complexity of 8 means in general, the basic understanding is with 8 complexity, it's very likely that we're going to be seeing more of the castle. We're going to be required to do a lot of movement back and forth, a lot of routing throughout the castle. And I thought I had the advantage if we had to play more of the seed. And like, I don't think that was necessarily the wrong play in hindsight, but we'll see. So Durdrak is doing the thing where he's intentionally not using the wolf charge, but like you actually want to use the wolf charge because you get all of your MP back basically right after you're done using it. So it's very unlikely that you're going to need all the MP. Just a slight optimization on my end. He's ahead of me right now because of RNG from the prologue. Already luckier than me because his prologue went way better than mine because of damage stacks. We'll see if I am able to catch up off of better movement. We'll see. I do this trick here where you wolf charge this way. I don't know if it ended up saving me any time or not, but we'll see. But yeah, so far, this race, the beginning of this race is, I mean, it's neck and neck. It's Lycanthrope. We start at the beginning. There's not much you can do. Durdrak's lead is staying kind of firm right now. From the prologue. But we're in the same room. We'll see how it goes. The Saga and Gaibon fight is probably, if I had to guess, where some divergence might happen, because that fight is somewhat tricky. I think I ended up executing pretty well. We'll see if Durdrak's able to do the same. Yeah, he gets the thing where Saga and Gaibon like split up. I think mine don't split up. Yeah, they just stay right next to each other, and I'm able to catch up because of that. He's still slightly ahead of me, but I was able to catch up a ton of time. And we're basically even now, actually. So hold on. Because he was ahead of me because his door opens instantly because he killed Gaibon, then Slagra. I killed Slagra, then Gaibon. Causes the doors to open at different times. Oh, I caught up because of the level up animation, and then my jumps are just shorter. Yeah. So he had an extra level up there. Okay, then I get the level up there. So we're back to even. But, I mean, he's still ahead of me. Here, I go for this item check. He didn't go for it. He's doing this wolf movement, which is very cool. It does lose you an extra item check, though. And, like, these early game item checks are so important. So it's... In this case, it worked out for him, though. Oh, he made a little bit of a mistake here. Going to Spirit Orb. It's going to help me catch up a little bit. Yeah, damage boost off of this guy. He doesn't check the items in the ceilings either. Dirtdrag is just not checking items. Yeah, both of us go for the snorkel. We're both well aware that the snorkel is very much worth it. So far, we're basically playing about the same. The only difference is I've done extra item checks, and he got lucky on the prologue. He doesn't do this movement, though. This movement is faster. You want to use the wolf movement here, and you should have enough MP to then go from here. So I'm able to catch up even more now. He bonks there. I don't get the bonk there. It's pretty technical. And all of a sudden, this is the thing. I genuinely thought my wolf movement was better than Dirtdrag's. And it's kind of showcasing a little bit here that maybe my wolf movement is more consistent. And all of a sudden, I have a massive lead. Maybe not massive, but it's like 15 seconds. When I was like 10 seconds behind, that's a pretty big swing. So I think I was pretty safe in my assumption to play it the way that I did. I think in hindsight, maybe there's a world where actually picking Warlock is the better pick versus Dirtdrag. I shouldn't have picked up that lunch bead. That was a mistake. Yeah, easy first try. I do got on my way for the Fury Plate. The Fury Plate's great because it essentially gives you infinite defense after you take a single hit. It's a very, very strong piece of armor for that exact reason. Yeah, Dirtdrag's doing this, which I don't know if it's faster or not, but it's cool. And he immediately goes to the library. I did the same thing here again. This is the thing that I did earlier today. What I'm doing is I'm jumping up here because I'm trying to see the relic through the ceiling. But I think what I'm realizing here is you actually can't see the relic there for some reason. I'm not sure. It was weird. I swear to God, you're supposed to be able to see the relic with that jump, but maybe not. Dirtdrag makes a mistake here, and I'm able to catch up because of it. A little bit. The other reason I did that route was also I wanted to regen my mana while doing that movement, so that way I had enough mana to get through the library consistently. So I'm able to go for like more wolf charges and stuff, and Dirtdrag's not doing them for one reason or another. Yeah, he got hit, I guess, and all of a sudden I'm back in the lead. And I did practice this before the race. I have a sword of a door, which is pretty decent. But this jump right here I practiced before the race, and that saved me a ton of time. Yeah, so my mana management just ends up being pretty decent here. He's going to have more mana on the way out, but it's fine. Yeah, we buy gravity boots. Quick review of the shop. Just honestly just looking for library cards or any good shields. And then just nothing, so you just leave. Vorpal Blades are this is very important. Vorpal Blades are 4,400. Keep that in mind. I'm aware Vorpal Blades cost at least $4,000. I'm keeping this in the back of my mind. If anything, I can come back to library once I find Mist, if I have money at that point, and I can buy Vorpal Blades. That is the combat that I will use for the rest of the run if need be. We'll see how that goes. So we're about 7 minutes in. I got unlucky in the prologue, but I'm still ahead by, honestly, about like 5 seconds. It's not that much time save. And then I see its merman statue there, and I'm like, oh, thank God that wasn't anything important. I literally saw nothing there. I should learn now that the jump that I do to try and check that relic doesn't work. I'm grabbing the warp now because I know I want to come back to library at some point. I want to check this meal ticket. It's nothing. And both me and Dirtdrag are both aware. He's going back for the warp now. But what I'm doing is I'm saying I already have the warp. I will grab the merman statue when I need it. He's grabbing it now. And he doesn't get the quick grab. Everyone point and laugh. It's not going to matter. But I mess up this movement. This movement's very basic and I mess it up. Sadly. I think that's Onyx. Yeah. So I have $3,000 at this point. I have in the back of my mind, I have $3,000. I need $1,400 more dollars and I can buy at least one Vorpal. So as long as I find at least $1,400 more dollars, I'll be good on the Vorpal, which will have my combat solved for the rest of the seed. Durdrak does these item checks, which are a Zircon, not enough. So I skip those item checks to try and do faster movement. Here I'm putting on the Sword of Hador, which is the random drop that I got that's going to help me through this hallway, which is nice. A little bit of luck on my side. Spoilers, it doesn't fucking matter. My movement so far, I think, has just been better. Not by a lot, but basically by the amount that I assumed it would be better. I messed up the Tetrasphere here, but it's fine. I have Sword of Hador to make up for it. I wasn't getting double hits, though, which was very strange. Yeah, Durdrak messes this jump up, too. So I think I was safe to assume that my Lycanthrope was maybe a little bit more practiced than Durdrak. And then this was the first mistake that essentially lost me the game. And you want to know what that mistake was? Wanting to go fast. I will explain. I grabbed the Heart Max up. I grabbed the Mana Prism. Right here is where everybody else does the reverse, or sorry, not the reverse, does the attic checks on the corner of Castle Keep. I have a practiced setup that allows me to do this movement very quickly, which is what I do right here, except I messed it up because of the Flea Riders. Just unlucky that the Flea Riders hit me the way that they did. So because I'm trying to go for a fast setup, I don't check that money. Sorry. The reason I say this is because there's money up there. I need $1,400, and I don't want to go back to library until I have $1,400 more dollars. The thing is, I can find money anywhere else. Money could literally be anywhere else in the seed. It's not that big of a deal to skip this. But a problem soon arises. Also, I'm doing more practice movement on the way out of here as well. Yeah, Durdrak's doing this. He's checking those items. This is what most people do. This is less efficient than the way I did it. Because I practiced this movement a shit ton. And what we're going to find up here on Durdrak's side, what's this? A Garnet. That's enough to buy the god. That's enough to buy two. That is enough. I would have been able to buy two Vorpals at that point, I'm pretty sure. Or at least I'd be like 100 or so off from buying two Vorpals. I also decided to do Castle Entrance because I know Durdrak is somebody who, when given the opportunity, will combine Castle Entrance with Merman Statue. And I want to skip Merman Statue most of the time. So the only chance that I have to do it is to do it now when it's the highest likelihood of being good, which is doing it early with the flight lock locations. Problem, it's missed, which is going to push me back into the library, but I don't have enough money to buy a Vorpal Blade. Not that big of a deal. I can find money right here. Nope, actually, there was no money there. I can find money maybe here. I haven't done the Alchemy Lab checks. Maybe we go back to Alchemy Lab, but that's not going to give me any money, actually. Fuck. $100, that's not enough. I need $1,400. But yeah, I'm like, because of all the stuff Durdrak did, I'm like an entire check ahead, and he's skipping entrance. He's skipping the entrance. What's the deal with skipping entrance? By all intents and purposes, I should be winning this. I have the extra relic over him. My route is more efficient. I just don't have money to buy a weapon later on. He gets an MP refill glitch. Can we disqualify him for glitching? Is there anybody awake in this tournament organization? He did a glitch. He should go to jail. Okay, I messed up my movement here. That was giving him some time to catch up. I'm a full check ahead of him. And I'm ahead. On top of that, I'm playing so well. Problem. Jewel of Open is found here. Because Durdrak skipped entrance, he doesn't have Mist. Because Durdrak doesn't have Mist, he is not incentivized to go to Aurochs's quarters. I did the correct play, which found me the correct progression items at the correct times. 99% of the time, like 80% of the time, the correct play here is you want to do Silver Ring early. I find a Dark Blade here. I'm thinking to myself, a Dark Blade drop? That's so lucky. That's a very decent sword. But this is where everything goes off the rails. Because I was ahead and did an extra check, and that check happened to be missed, the correct play for me here is to do Aurochs and to do Silver Ring. All that I need from these checks is any form of progression, any random Vlad, a random ring, anything. A good item drop even would save me a ton of time here. Oh, I practiced this movement as well. I find Leapstone, so I know that Flight is either... it can't be Mist Power of Mist, and it can't be Leapstone Gravity Boots, because I have all of those, and I have Out of Logic Flight via those things. So, in Logic Flight has to be Soul of Bat. Actually, Durdrak won the entire tournament because he just did a quick grab right there. Never mind. Oh, but then I do a quick grab right back! It's neck and neck on the quick grabs. But Durdrak still goes up! And he misses his quick grab. I should win! I'm doing so many extra item checks because I know I'm going to the library at some point soon. I need money. I need money. Don't find money there. Durdrak doesn't do those item checks because he doesn't need anything right now. He has the money that he needs for the library. The only thing he's missing out on is maybe library cards. And now it's dead even because of that. Even though I have Mist and he doesn't. He's just going to come back later to get Heart of Vlad because he doesn't have Mist with him. Me, on the other hand, I think I saved the game because I want to refill my mana, and I was considering save splitting for Silver Ring or something. Did I end up using that save split, or was I too... I might have been too mad to actually use the save split. I hope I remembered that I did a save split here. I don't think I did. So yeah, Durdrak grabs the warp and then leaves. Not optimal, by the way. And the only reason it's not optimal is because he doesn't have Mist. But because I have Mist, I'm able to do this in full clear. This entire section of the castle. Oh my god, that's so frustrating, dude. I'm encouraged to take this route because I found Mist. It was flight locked. We have Out of Logic Silver Ring. Silver Ring is like the highest complexity option that we have available to us. I even get to jump through the gap to fight Aurochs. Oh, and this is where it all falls apart, man. This is where it all falls apart. I mean, Durdrak has played very well up to this point. I'm not going to say that he did anything necessarily wrong. I just know that he likes to combine entrance with Merman, and that's what he's going to do now. Now that he's in the caverns. But I got to do a pretty efficient route because I had Mist already. I don't know. I guess in hindsight, obviously Durdrak's route is better, but it wouldn't have been if I found literally anything here. Spoilers, there is nothing here. Aurochs, familiar card. Sword card, I think was like Echo of Bat or something like that. This is the statistically correct play 90% of the time. The only reason Durdrak doesn't do it is because he wants to combine Castle Entrance with Merman Statue, which basically blocks him out from doing this play. But the reason why it's a better play is because all that movement Durdrak did at yeah, this was Force of Echo. All the movement Durdrak did to grab the warp next to Aurochs's quarters and to do it's just like a bunch of backtracking that he's gonna have to do later anyways. So it's just less efficient. So I find nothing so far, but on the bright side, I'm going to Silver Ring. Silver Ring, it's like the highest complexity shit in the game. This will probably be Final Vlad, or it could be glasses even. Even if it's a ring, it gives me info on the rest of the seed. Worst case scenario is that it's like Echo of Bat or something. But that means it's equally likely to be Soul of Bat. Or I guess actually it can't be Soul of Bat because of Mist being flight locked and we need flight. So it can't be Soul of Bat. It's a fucking familiar card. And I don't save split. If I save split right here, right now, this saves me like a minute, maybe 2. But I'm so frustrated that there was nothing here that I just leave. And he just finds Soul of Bat. Which is like, yes, he's getting Soul of Bat right now, but it's not that bad because that's, I mean, I'm going to find it too. And like Soul of Bat isn't that much faster. So I did everything right and they indicted me. I do this. I do map buffer for this jump. And then I completely screw up the movement afterwards, but I did map buffer for the cool jump. Yep. So, on the bright side, so long as Durdrak also does all rocks, all that time I just spent isn't like completely wasted. Here, I need to go grab Merman Statue before going to the caverns. I also want to check Soul of Bat because Soul of Bat is like the step after finding Flight. And I know Flight is in the caverns. Flight is Bat, but I could still like snipe progression that helps me skip stuff in caverns potentially. And like I said, this is Lycanthrope. Bat is not that important. At this point, it is last stop. I need money in order to beat the game. Or not to beat the game, but to move quickly and kill bosses quickly. So I'm going all the way out here to do some item checks because I need money to buy some Vorpal Blades. Sadly, no. And it wasn't even a library card. If that was a library card, maybe I'm able to come back later to buy Vorpal Blades with money. But it wasn't a library card. It was a fucking meal ticket, man. There are so many ways that I'm still in this if I just get a little bit lucky. I just need to get... I've already gotten so unlucky. I just need to get a little more luck going my way, and I think I'm still in this. Spoilers. There's my library card, but I know Durdrak's getting that same exact library card. It's fucking Echo of Bat. Ah! Well, it's fine. Durdrak is likely going to check that too, because it's a Mist locked location. Mist was flight locked. There's a chance that it's something important. Surely Durdrak also checks it too, right? There's not a world where Durdrak just goes straight to the second castle after finding Holy Glasses at Spikebreaker, right? Dude, I got so screwed. It's crazy. The only way I don't get screwed here is if I just ignore the fact that I have Mist in my inventory. Like, that's it. If I ignored the fact that I had Mist in my inventory, then, like, I take the same route Durdrak takes. And I was ahead of him at that point. So I would have been just fine. All right. Yeah, he gets his holy glasses. At this point, there's a lot of things you can do here with holy glasses. You can assume that Echo is in first castle because you already have Bat. But there's still a lot of things you're missing. You're missing at least 2 random Vlads. You're missing potentially a random ring as well. You're missing a lot of stuff here. Durdrak leaves and does not do Grand Falloon. This is reasonable. This is honestly a decent play. There's only 2 random Vlads here. You haven't seen random rings either, though. So there's an honest chance that you just don't need it. But there's honestly a decent chance that you do. The other thing is we both have Merman Statue in our inventory. And because Merman Statue was found layer 0, it's not like more likely to be anything than anything else. So for that reason, Durdrak definitely skipped Holy Symbol, and I'm skipping Holy Symbol as well. So Durdrak is coming back for that Vlad that he missed earlier. This is important. Everybody look at Durdrak's screen right now. He has to come back for this Vlad because he didn't have missed at this point in time. My movement is better. My routing was better. I was able to get this first try. Didn't need to come back for it. Oh! I'm sorry. What was that? Can I zoom and enhance? Hold on. Chat, I'm going to quick little... What was that? Oh, man, this whole time I'm struggling to find money so I can find weapons to deal with the second castle. Durdrak would have to go to the library, which would lose him time, use the money that he spent, or use the money that he found to buy Vorpal Blades. Now he doesn't need to do that. I do have the advantage of having a library card that he doesn't have, but there's a problem. No, it's fine. He doesn't have to worry about combat because he got an insanely lucky drop that's going to speed up all of his boss fights right before the second castle. Also, he's not doing it. He's not doing Silver Ring because he found Spike Breaker. He legitimately gets to save like 5 minutes in the second castle on boss fights because the best fights that I get to have is freaking Medusa Shield and Shield Rod, which is dog shit. Oh. I skip Merman Statue because I have to at this point. The reason I skip Merman Statue is because I did all rocks and it was nothing. It was just bait. I should have recognized my save split, which would have saved me like 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half. But spoilers, it doesn't matter. Durdrak is so far ahead because he didn't find Mist. His route is so much better than mine because he did not even the wrong play. It's that he decided to not find Mist until later. And then I find Spike Breaker and it's like, oh, obviously it's not part of the complexity chain now. On top of that, he has Christogrim, whatever. He's looking for library cards at this point, I think. More money, doesn't matter. Copium, copium, copium. Oh, dude, it's so brutal. Okay. So I've definitely made mistakes at this point. I'm not going to say I played perfectly. I think the beginning, like, part of this seed, up until finding Mist, I routed 100% correctly. And I played very well. I was executing just very, very well up to this point. As soon as I found Mist, it was over in a weird way because the route I take is so much less efficient because I do everything. I'm kind of forced to do most everything. The only thing I got to skip that Durdrak did do was Merman Statue. Meanwhile, he's skipping all of Alrox's quarters and Silver Ring. So it's 2 checks there, Silver Ring, and Soul of Bat. He's skipping 4 checks that I did because I had Mist. And he gets a Chrysogrim. Like, you can't beat somebody who skips 4 checks over you, doesn't get punished, and finds weapons that are way better than you. There's nothing you can do. I could literally be playing at TAS level, and there's nothing I could do. It sucks. And this is literally the last moment for me to possibly make a comeback. Right here, right now. And the fact that I didn't realize it in the moment is the one mistake that I will point out that I could have made. It is kind of a toss-up here, but I'm missing 2 Vlads and a ring, random ring. Those are the random items that I'm missing. There is only 1, or technically 2 checks left for me to do, 3 checks left for me to do in First Castle. Yeah, there's 3 checks left. I skipped Holy Symbol because it's unlikely to be anything important. Durdrak did the same. Merman Statue, which Durdrak did do, I skipped because I'm playing more aggressively. And because I felt like I was behind, I felt like I needed to do more skips. So I said to myself, the odds of this being a random Vlad or a random ring is not that high. We could just find both rings in Second Castle. It's happened before. It's very common. Let's just go Second Castle. That was my thought. Durdrak had the same thought. If I decided to go all the way to Grand Falloon here, I literally was on my way and I said to myself, no, you can't commit to this. You need to save time somewhere because you got baited by Ulrox's quarters. And I was correct. I was 100% correct. I needed to save time somewhere. The problem is, if I committed to going to Grand Falloon, I'm still in this. Ugh, brutal stuff. Honestly, the rest of this kind of doesn't even matter. Like, is there much to say about get Chrysogrim and win? He's like 4 minutes ahead of me going into the Second Castle. Did I do left side? I don't think I do left side versus him. Maybe I do. What was that, Grand Falloon? We'll see in a second. Oh yeah, also, because I want to hold on to my library card, I can't use the library card to buy the Vorpals. And I'm just hoping to find any weapon on the way. Anything. I'm doing all these checks. Any weapon that is faster than using this stupid-ass, slow-ass shield rod spell. I'm doing the Ren checks. Anything better. Alucard shield. Iron shield. The freaking the Fist of Tolkis. Anything that lets me kill things faster than this slow-ass shield. Nothing. There's nothing in the seed except for a random fucking Chrysogrim, man. Like, look at this boss fight, bro. Durdrak got to eliminate this guy in like 0.2 seconds. I have to use the shield spell. The fucking laser beams are drunk. And it's like an extra 4 seconds, minimum. I'm checking this for library cards as like my Hail Mary to maybe possibly get some time back, and then I don't do left side. At this point, I can't make up the time. Durdrak did middle route as well. He skipped bees. Left side wins again, by the way. Right? Where was the red? The gold ring? Oh, gold ring was Aquadon. Never mind. Left side did not win again. It was a split between left side, right side. So Durdrak's middle route is literally perfect as well. So Durdrak has the gold ring. Finds the random Vlad. And then at this point, there's nothing left for him to do except get the final Vlad. But he needs the random ring. So he's going to do all these extra checks to try and find the random ring. I'm doing like Hellfire shit because I don't have Chrysogrim, man. And I'm losing MP because I'm casting spells. Because I don't have Chrysogrim. I'm losing time because I can't move as efficiently because my MP is getting used on spells. I find the gold ring, and I'm like, fuck, that's the progression item that we need from Second Castle. But I don't have the random ring. Durdrak goes all the way to Galamoth. Finds nothing, resets the game, and goes to First Castle. He does middle route, doesn't go for the random ring at bees, doesn't go for the random ring at creature, and says, I guess the random ring has to be back in the first castle. Which is like, if he goes to bees and creature, he still probably wins. Because, like, I mean, look where I'm at, bro. I still have, like, so much left to check. He goes back and does all rocks as quarters, but at this point it doesn't matter because he has bat. Like, his movement gets to be so much faster. He has Chrysogrim to kill this guy faster. Like, even though we did the same number of checks in this scenario, not the same number, actually. He still skipped more than me because of library. After center route, what's the most optimal checks if you find nothing? I mean, I'm not saying what he's doing is wrong because he left a bunch of stuff back in first castle. It just sucks that he didn't, like, get baited, essentially, into staying in second castle. The math on his end works out that there's more checks in first castle, so you go back to first castle, and the density is higher. It just sucks that he just, like, is correct here. He does go all the way to Silver Ring, but he actually uses his save split, unlike me, so that's a skill issue on my behalf. I also had a save split here and just didn't use it. So he's saving more time over me. Again, those are the two mistakes I made. Not using the save split, which cost me like a minute, and then not checking Grand Floon when I did. Because here's the thing. If I have this random... I win this race if I check the Grand Floon. Actually. Because as soon as I find this Vlad, here, 39 minutes, 17... As soon as I find this Vlad, right here, instantly library card, instantly check Holy Glasses, instantly find all 5 Vlads. Meanwhile, Durdrak has to backtrack through the fucking catacombs, and he does Grand Floon before he does... And I get to buy Vorpals too, yeah. So in a weird way, this race, like, this is exactly what I was talking about with, like, why the randomizer can be so frustrating when you do the right plays and they don't work out. Because watching this back, there's no skill involved in any of this. The only thing that mattered was the fact that Durdrak didn't find Mist. The only way for me to have made the comeback would be to play the conservative play of not skipping Grand Floon, even though I know Durdrak's also skipping Grand Floon and I need to make up time somewhere. It sucks. And the problem is I know there are people watching this right now, probably on YouTube, who are like, well, you were actually wrong, so you should have just done Grand Floon. Because in your own words, if you had just done Grand Floon, you would have won. But there's no way of knowing that at the time. Otherwise, if you know your opponent's going to skip Grand Floon, which Durdrak, in my mind, is 100% skipping Grand Floon there, like, in the situation that we had. Because I know he's skipping Grand Floon, if I do Grand Floon and it's nothing, that's just free time loss. So you have to, like, if you know your opponent's going to skip something, you have to make the same skips. Because we both have to go back there anyways. The problem became just everything. Everything with this was the fucking problem. I did modified right side too, which just, like, kind of screwed me over. Not modified right, but I, like... What was here? It was nothing. And then I used my library card here? Because I have to use my library card to get back to first castle anyways? Yeah, this sucks. This just fucking sucks. Yeah, you should have just done Grand Floon. Somebody who doesn't play the randomizer. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like, I can't be too mad at myself because in reality, like, I played the game the way that I know to be correct. And there was still a chance. But boy, does it fucking suck. And then on top of that, I'm just, like, doing every check in the game that I left behind and leaving Grand Floon for last. Because my thought is, if it's at Grand Floon, Durdrak probably checks it on his first trip back to First Castle, but he might not check Merman Statue. He probably skipped Merman Statue as well. Or sorry, Holy Symbol. So my thought was, I'm going to do Holy Symbol first, because he's probably going to check Grand Floon first, which was correct. He checked Grand Floon first. So the fact that he hadn't finished yet, my only win condition left is that Durdrak gets baited into somehow not checking Holy Symbol, and I check it first, somehow. That we're both having, like, the dog shittiest seed of our lives. Ugh. Yeah, this is an example of doing the right things and getting punished for it, yeah. And it sucks, too, because, like, Durdrak didn't even necessarily make a wrong play either. He just decided to delay a check that, like, Butterfly affected into this, like, branching weirdness of, like, oh, because I don't have Mist yet, I'm incentivized to go Caverns first. And that just, from there, it was all over. So, and as soon, I even remember saying it out loud. As soon as he said, that's time for me, I said, thank God, get me out of here. And then what is there to say about this seed? Also, I counterpicked Nimble Light because I was so frustrated with that last seed that I just wanted it to be over fast, win or lose. Because I was like, if this is another, like, long seed for one reason or another, I just don't want to deal with it. Nimble Light's probably faster. Let's just do it. Realistically, I should have counterpicked Warlock. Because I think my Mist Rises are probably cleaner. I should have picked Warlock versus him as the starter preset, honestly. But I just didn't want to deal with 6 complexity, when in reality, I'm getting screwed by luck regardless, which sucks. I think in hindsight, Warlock was the correct play, because I think my Warlock is probably better than his in most scenarios, but I was so tilted from that last seed that I said, I want this to be over with fast. It's unfortunate that the day of this race, I didn't get any sleep at all. I had like a very, very bad night beforehand. But I didn't want to reschedule because I'm not a bitch. I'm not going to be like, I don't feel good. Can we reschedule? Because I already agreed to the time and place. Like, that's not fair to the organizers. That's not fair to Durdrak. It's not fair. Like, it's a disrespectful way to handle people's time. But if I got a better night's sleep, in my mind, I would have been mentally strong enough to say, no, stick to the game plan. It doesn't matter that last seed was trash. I got unlucky. Let's play Warlock. Missed at the very start. He also got a better prologue than me again. This is a weird spawn. But because we have Mist, we immediately are incentivized. Go library. I'm trying to avoid these guys, but it's tough. So I got triple level ups there. As soon as I got the first level up, it was like impossible to dodge the rest of the level ups. There, I'm just intentionally getting level ups, I guess. I don't know, man. Yeah, I can already tell that my gameplay is like not as clean. I'm just over it. Which is unfortunate to get so tilted. Watching it back, I feel justified in getting tilted, though. Because that was bullshit. I'm checking the shop first. I generally like checking the shop first. I check my inventory to see if I have anything sellable on. Mana Prisms are super cheap, but it doesn't matter. Girthang is available to buy. Varda for 600. So Varda for 600 finishes the game here. Like, that's all you want. That's all you care about in the shop. Here, I'm trying to kill enemies on purpose to get money drops. Because I'm thinking to myself, I need this Varda now. I'm going out of my way up here to do money drops. What did Dirt... Oh, Durdrak didn't have enough MP to miss through the gate. This is what he was talking about, that it was a shit show. So he didn't have enough MP to miss through the gate. Oh, I also... Dude, this entire set is a shit show. Look what happens to me. I get chair sucked. Look at this chair suck. Insane chair suck. So yeah, Durdrak has to go refill his HP. Or sorry, his MP. Come back. So I'm a full check ahead of him because of this. Because I already did the check at the library. I get the quick grab. He doesn't! If all that matters is hitting quick grabs and saving 30 frames at a time, what's the point? I think I hit more quick grabs than he did in this set. Man. I'm intentionally killing people looking for money because I need the money for the Varda. And I didn't get it. Mist uses 21 minimum. Or you need 21 minimum to get through a Mist gate. The minimum amount Mist uses if you're going for a Mist bat is 0. If you're in Mist for a small period of time, it uses 10. So neither of us get the Varda. I am in the lead because of Durdrak's mess up here. Even though I did a bunch of checks for money and stuff. So far, so good. I don't think I played perfectly by any means, but I still am pretty happy with my execution overall. My game plan was solid. I think looking for the money there maybe is greedy, but like you're already in the area. You want to find money because at this point, we don't want to come back to the library unless we find infinite library cards, which is unlikely because they're not sellable in the shop. Quick grab randomizer. If you hit 3 quick grabs, it opens the door to Dracula. Here, because I have Jewel of Open and Mist, I don't want to go to Castle Keep yet. I want to use Alrox's quarters as my way to get to Castle Keep. Because it's more efficient to do so that way. So I'm just doing Fire Bat to make sure I don't get screwed over by it. Do I hit this quick grab as well? Oh my god, dude! I hit so many quick grabs! Meanwhile, Durdrak isn't doing Fire Bat, and instead is going straight to Caverns? Or maybe he's doing item checks first to try and find money to get the thing. He gets the Medusa Shield. Wait, am I not going to Entrance? I'm going to Caverns as well? I thought I would have done Entrance into Alchemy Lab, but I guess maybe my thought is I don't want to get baited again. I did that item check even though I didn't need to because that's where we spawned. My brain is freaking fried. So yeah, Durdrak is ahead of me now because I did the Fire Bat check. He didn't do it. Unfortunately, Fire Bat was nothing. I feel like the Fire Bat skip is like so greedy in that scenario. Am I wrong? With only one random Vlad? Because at that point, you're probably not coming back to this side of the castle like at all. I guess maybe your thought is you can combine it if you have to do Holy Glasses later, but like you want to do it from the Alrox. Like at that point, you're never going to do Fire Bat. You're basically saying Fire Bat doesn't exist unless I find library cards. He said he forgot to check it. Oh. Wow. I'm still not even that far behind, all things considered. Hold on. Nice library card. So right now he is 719. I'm 722. I'm only 4 seconds behind him, and I did a whole extra check? Yo. That's not bad. He doesn't do Tetra Spirit here. Until then? Oh, I got so unlucky here, too. Medusa never does this move. She never does the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And I lose so much time because of it. Oh my god. I missed that quick grab, though. Dude, I can't believe I lost to this, man. I was so frustrated when she fucking did the Shadow Clone Jutsu, man. I was like, this attack isn't real. It never happens. But our combat is so bad this seed that she survived long enough to get the fucking RNG rolls to fucking Shadow Clone Jutsu. There's the Mournblade. I go back for it right away because I'm like, please, for the love of God, I need something here. I need something. Durjak gets the quick grab on the rib of Vlad. Do I get a quick grab here? Probably not. I haven't practiced this one at all. Yeah, and I do the thing where I transform to get through because I think it lets you in slightly faster, maybe? I don't know. Ah! Suddenly I'm ahead! I still have a menu that I need to equip the Mournblade for, but still I'm ahead! I couldn't see what that item was, so I picked it up. Opal Circlet. He picks up the life max up. I skip it. He goes for the mid-air Hellfire. I'm trying to kill all the enemies that I can. This is enough money for the Vardas. So if we go back to the shop, we have Vardas. Yeah, you want to kill the bats in case you get a rare drop or a random drop from them. I go for the Soul Seal because MP is free for our movement here. It's Cube of Zoe, which is unfortunate. But I think it is worth checking. I start trying to break candles to see if I can get like a sub-weapon to help my damage. And that zips me into the water, which is unfortunate. Because our damage is really bad and we're not going back to the library anytime soon. Again, it's neck and neck considering how close it all was. And the fact that I have an extra check. But it's still anybody's game. Yeah, we both decided to do Merman Statue. I think this is fine. He goes out of his way for an extra garnet. I don't think you need it. I think I said out loud, I don't need the money. There's nothing else on the shop worth buying. So not getting that garnet and not doing extra item checks gets me back in the lead. It's Holy Glasses, and I think to myself, thank God I went out of my way to check this. I think I did it because we didn't find progression up to this point. Past Jewel of Open. So I wanted to make sure I definitely didn't leave it behind. I have a weird thing there where my bat just doesn't fly upwards for some reason. Because I'm looking for that item check. This, apparently, is where everything goes wrong. I thought to myself, I want to do the item check and then leave. Durjak thinks to himself, I want to do the item check too. And while I'm here, might as well go check castle entrance. Durjak, where are you going? Durjak, where are you going? Durjak, where... You already checked. You've already checked castle entrance, Durjak. Oh, I go out of my way to get the garnet now. Durjak, where are you going? At that point, he realizes he messed up and turns around. For all intents and purposes, I should win this 99 out of 100 times. I have an extra check I've already done, and I'm like solidly like 2 minutes ahead at this point. Honestly, only an act of pure malice from Satan himself would be the reason why I lose this race. Nothing here, that's fine. We're just covering our bases here. I think I decided to do Grand Falloon here because I want to just guarantee that I'm not getting screwed over. I do find the Tulkas, though, which is nice because I'm not going to get those Vardas. Like, I've already accepted that I'm not going to use the library card to get the Vardas. I'm going to use the library card for either returning to first castle or to do movement in the second castle, depending on how it looks. But I basically don't want to lose So I'm playing to not lose here, which is honestly the wrong play. Playing to win is you skip Grand Floon here. So I will call this out as a mistake. At the very least, I should have checked. If I am going to do Grand Floon, I should check Spike Breaker first. It was nothing, and I'm like, that sucks, but it's fine. My movement's very clean. I might just straight up be able to I felt very clean about my movement in this race. Except there. I am stressed at the idea that he gets a random money drop and he just has Vardas this entire time, but not much we can do there. So I think in a world where, again, I get more sleep, I'm playing, paying more attention, I probably skip Grand Floon there. Here I get stuck in the spikes, which is very frustrating. Yeah, my spike room was not, I did not have fun. I'm looking for anything I could use to my advantage. I couldn't see what that was, and I said in the moment, that's a fucking orange. Why did I go out of my way for that? Very frustrated at myself at this point. I recorded my own voiceover from the race and had it on a separate track, and I remember I was so mad at this point. Like, I was just very mad at myself, and I said, you know what? Because there was nothing at Grand Floon, I'm ripping the library card right now. I want those Vardas. I don't want to deal with the same bullshit from that last seed. And at this point, I should have went left side. No library card means I should do left side in the second castle. 100%. The other thing that sucks here, too, is I decide to go back. That was the reason I did Grand Floon. Because we hadn't seen anything else in... Okay, I forgot this part. Take everything I said about Grand Floon back. Checking Grand Floon there was the correct play because we hadn't seen anything else in the first castle. We skipped so much stuff in the first castle. And then Durdrak skips Alchemy Lab, which is weird. I feel like if you're going to skip Alchemy Lab, you might as well just go to second castle at that point. And I even said out loud, there's a world where you just go to second castle and win. There's just 2 random Vlads in second castle or something. But I was like, no, we hadn't done Alchemy Lab. We hadn't done Spirit Orb. We hadn't done Allrox's Quarters, Silver Ring. Durdrak also hadn't done Fire of Bat or Grand Floon. If I go second castle here, I still win too, which also fucking sucks. But I said no. I want to make sure that I don't miss the random Vlad that's still here in first castle that I just feel in my bones is here. Which, like, Durdrak is doing as well. He's doing the same thing, but, like, in a weird way. I don't know how to describe it. So I'm doing Alchemy Lab. Durdrak skips Alchemy Lab. If there's a random Vlad here, I instantly win. Nope. If there's a random Vlad at Grand Floon, I instantly win. If there's a random Vlad at Fire of Bat, I instantly win. There are so many win cons that could have happened in this seed. And then my route doesn't matter. Yep. So there was nothing in Alchemy Lab, nothing at Grand Floon, nothing at Fire of Bat. Those are the checks that I've done that Durdrak has not done. And you obviously want to make sure that you're not getting baited before going second castle, because just because you found a Vlad at Spikebreaker doesn't mean it is the final Vlad. There is a world where final Vlad is actually at Silver Ring, and Echo is just available on like a flight layer somewhere. So you don't want to rule out that possibility, which is another reason to stay in first castle at the very least until you get to Silver Ring. Like, I'm not even that far behind considering I've done 4 extra checks. 4 extra checks and I'm not even that far behind. Dirtjack obviously had some, like, big, like, oopsies this seed. But in reality, those oopsies were probably a collective of, like, what, 1 minute? That's one, you know, Grand Floon skip and you're right back in it. I guess losing while playing better is just sometimes a part of rando. Yeah, it happens all the time. I didn't play perfect by any means. I do think I played better in both seeds. But like my plan and my routing, I think was much more sound overall. There was a couple of moments of panic and frustration for sure that led me to play worse than I could have. But overall, I think I played both seeds like statistically correct. It just sucks that it's like 2 terrible seeds for me back to back versus someone who's objectively very good at the game. I'm not going to say Dirtjack didn't deserve to win because he is still a very great player. And on any other day, you know, there's a world where he makes better decisions or plays better, et cetera, et cetera. He uses his library card now, which is strange. Why use the library card now to get the Vardas? If you're going to use the library card in first castle, I feel like the way I did it was better, no? He said it wasn't the smartest thing. I mean, yeah. I think Dirtjack will agree that he didn't play that hot in these 2 seeds and got bailed out. Which sucks, but it is the randomizer at the end of the day. Sometimes you get unlucky. And there's no way that I'm guessing Dirtjack's route either, by the way. Like, the optimal, like, randomizer, Prisoner's Dilemma metagame, game theory optimization is you should, if you are the faster player, better execution player, what you want to do is and the recording's broken. What you want to do is you want to pick the same exact route as your opponent, but just do it faster. The problem is, I don't think I could guess in a million years the route Dirtjack does. In both seeds. Maybe there's a world where I skip entrance. That's like a minor difference that was just chaotically. It was just like butterfly effect led to severe differences. Dirtjack is forced to do Fire of Bat now. So at the very least, the Fire of Bat check didn't matter. The Alchemy Lab definitely did matter. I see that's Echo of Bat, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. So it's just 2 Vlads in second castle, or there's like a random Vlad at Castle Keep, because neither of us have been to Castle Keep yet. And I'm honestly not that far from Castle Keep right now. Dirtjack is still closer, but like 3 checks closer? He skipped 3 checks over me, and I'm like 2 rooms away. Meanwhile, just twist the dagger while you're at it. Just twist it. While it's inside, just go ahead and twist it. And I hit the Maria skip. I felt like my movement was so clean, too, overall. Like, my movement was very, very clean this race. We're in the same room at the same time. He has skipped 3 checks that I have already done. I grabbed this warp because there is a world where there's still a final Vlad or a random Vlad out there with like holy glasses or something. It's pretty unlikely, but it's still possible. But because he has a library card, he doesn't have to worry about that. I find the Vlad. I think to myself, oh shit, it's just left versus right. In this moment, I thought to myself, I'm playing well. I think I could be ahead of Dirtjack here, even if he skipped some stuff. and I might be able to outmaneuver him in the second castle. So for that reason, I want to go right side because I think he'll go right side. I genuinely thought I was ahead, and I genuinely thought if I just go right side, I can beat him if he goes right side as well. Little did I know that Durdrak is sitting there, shitting, pissing, farting, going crazy, thinking to himself, fuck, 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 ah, everything I did is wrong, everything I did is stupid, ah, I'm gonna go left side. Like he skipped Alchemy Lab, man. He skipped Alchemy Lab for no reason. And he's like, fuck it, I'll go left side. So he was ahead of me in second castle. He's using Gurthang. I decided to use Tulkas. I think Tulkas is with double Varda is better because of the multi-hitting. Wait, I thought he went left side. Oh, is he doing a left side save split? I'm doing these item checks because they're a higher likelihood to be library cards. So he's saving the game and then doing left side. I guess that makes sense because you only need one Vlad. So you don't need the warp room at all. I don't need the warp room either because I said to myself, if it's not here, then I'm fucked anyways. And you guys want to take a guess what happens? Anyone want to take a guess as to see what happens? Uh-oh. Gold ring. That could be bait. What if that's final, Vlad? Durdrak, you should go back to the first castle and find it. It's insane, too. This fight was not very clean. This is like the one part of the second castle that I thought felt really, really bad. This fight. Gurthang probably would have been better. Should have gone left. Yep, exactly. The problem is, my theory of going right side was still correct because Durdrak goes right there 99 out of 100 times in my mind, and I was playing better than him. So there's a world where I outmaneuver him. He's not even using the pseudo-dark metamorphosis. His boss fights are going to be slower than mine. If we both go right side, I think I win that. Unless he skips bees, which... I don't know. I couldn't possibly foresee the world where Durdrak makes one mistake in the first 2 minutes of the seed and says to himself, well, time to gamble for the rest of the seed. And it wasn't even that big of a mistake. He lost like 30 seconds having to refill his MP. And in doing so, he said to himself, well, time to just gamble for the rest of it. When's my next race? It's going to be sometime this week. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to check out the race live, follow the Twitch channel. So that way you can be here live when it happens. It's probably going to be happening in the next like 2 or 3 days. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be like 2 or 3 days from now. If I decided to go left side there, man, it would have been pretty close. But he had the library card too, so I don't know if I can catch him. He had an extra library card too. So even if I went left side, he still wins because I don't have the library card. I would need to move an entire minute faster than him, basically. Because he was like 20 seconds faster into the second castle almost. And then the library card saves you like another 20 seconds. So I'd have to be like 40 seconds faster than him. Yeah, Durdrak. I read DD as Dinner Dog. Durdrak skipped so much in both seeds, honestly. He skipped more than I thought he would. But I have to hold that. It is a randomizer at the end of the day. I lost 2-0. I think the way I lost was out of my hands. There are moments that I've brought up that I could have played better, and I'm open to here's the thing, and I've talked about this a lot today, so much so that my voice is very tired. I am open to hearing people's ideas about the randomizer out. However, the problem is most people's ideas most of the time are not expressed correctly, logically, or they're so full of logical fallacies that it, like, you can't take it seriously. Like, the idea that the optimal game theory is to sometimes play unoptimally is ridiculous. Like, that in and of itself is like, okay, throw that in the trash. You are just suffering from severe delusions about how randomization works. But here, I want to take away some learning lessons. I think some learning lessons is probably to be more prepared for your opponent. The problem is Durdrak. I couldn't be more prepared for Durdrak because he didn't race very much. So I just couldn't have like a understanding of how he would like to play the game. And I think that helped him a lot. Because if I knew he was more willing to skip stuff, then like I maybe play more aggressively. Maybe I skip entrance and not find that soul or form of mist. Maybe I follow the same route as him, but I'm playing better and I win because of that. Even with the crystograms, it might not have mattered. I don't know. So it's hard to have like a solid takeaway that I can learn from here, because in my heart of hearts, I want to be honest with myself and say that I did a decent job here. And I played pretty close to as well as I could. The decision-making with Grand Falloon could have been better in the moment. The decision-making to not pick this preset, which I still probably could have won as well. It still came down to like left versus right side. So I still had a win condition here, but I think picking Warlock would have been better. Getting more sleep. Oh yeah, Arturo was in my lap at this point as well. I don't know. It's frustrating to lose that way, but it is a randomizer tournament at the end of the day. I took a few days to work on YouTube stuff and not stream and really just like focus in on just like how much does this really matter? And then the grand scheme, it doesn't really matter. I want to win because I'm a very competitive person at heart, even if the format doesn't reward me for playing it what I feel to be the best possible way. And I'm not always correct on that. I'm willing to admit when I make mistakes, and I pointed them out in this seat here. Like, I'm very hard on myself when it comes to making mistakes, but making mistakes is different than getting unlucky. And even with all the mistakes I did make, Durdrak, I think, made more mistakes, but I got unlucky and he got a little bit lucky, and that's just how it goes. Either way, GG's. We're still in the tournament. It is double elimination. My next race is going to be versus Ren. And we'll see how that goes.
I'm coming.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the gifted sub. Thank you, YouTube, for watching. And I'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Bye-bye.